Sam refreshed his account and stared at the number $1 million. For several seconds, he didn't move. Years of saving, sacrifice, and discipline had brought him here. But reaching the number wasn't the end of the journey. It introduced an entirely new set of decisions, ones very different from the discipline that got him here. He wanted to celebrate immediately, buy something expensive, tell everyone, and behave as though his life had changed overnight. But $1 million can disappear much faster than it was built when spending, investment risk, taxes, and planning are ignored. The milestone can create a dangerous sense that normal financial limits no longer apply. So what actually goes wrong once someone crosses that seven-figure line? Let's break down the biggest mistakes. Mistake number 1, spending like the money will always be there. New car, bigger house, nicer everything. It feels earned. It feels deserved. And that feeling can quietly turn into habits that erode wealth over time. A high income doesn't automatically create lasting wealth when spending rises just as quickly as earnings do. A more disciplined approach is to avoid making several major lifestyle upgrades immediately after reaching the milestone. Sam nearly fell into this trap himself, eyeing an expensive car simply because the balance said he technically could. Without clear documents and current beneficiary information, your assets may not be handled the way you intended. Sam realized he didn't even have a basic will, let alone a real plan for later in life. Mistake number 3, putting far too much money into one place. One stock, one property, one friend's business idea. Concentration risk can expose an entire fortune to the performance of one company, property, industry, or private business. Financial regulators note that concentrated positions can create far greater volatility than a properly diversified portfolio. Mistake number 4, staying underinsured. As net worth grows, the potential losses can grow right alongside it. Newly wealthy people are often tempted to invest in friends' or family's ventures just because of the relationship. Sam had been tempted to dump a huge chunk of savings into exactly that kind of opportunity. A single lawsuit, one disaster, or one uninsured event can undo years of careful, disciplined saving quickly. Mistake number 5, scattering money across too many separate accounts and never reviewing the full picture together. Overlapping investments across scattered accounts can quietly increase risk without the person even realizing it. When holdings are spread across many institutions, it becomes harder to see how much real risk you're carrying. So what should you actually do the moment you hit $1 million? Here's where to start instead. If a large amount is held as cash, understand how the accounts are structured across institutions and ownership categories. First, understand exactly what that million is made of. Cash, investments, and home equity are not interchangeable. Standard FDIC coverage is generally $250,000 per depositor, per insured bank, per ownership category. Ask yourself clearly, does this milestone mean genuine financial independence, or does the goal simply need to rise higher? Second, build or seriously update a real financial plan rather than continuing on autopilot from before. Strategies such as asset location, careful tax loss harvesting, or charitable giving may be worth discussing with a tax professional. Third, think about tax efficiency. After-tax planning becomes increasingly important as your investment returns grow larger. These strategies aren't automatically suitable for everyone, and each comes with its own rules and trade-offs to understand first. When investing new money gradually, a regular schedule can help maintain discipline through changing markets. Fourth, build an asset allocation suited to your goals and risk tolerance rather than reacting to headlines. What protected you comfortably at a lower net worth may not be nearly enough protection at $1 million. Sam finally sat down and wrote it all out. His accounts, his goals, his risks, and yes, finally, a will. Use insurance to transfer risks you can't afford to absorb alone, and review that coverage regularly. This isn't something to postpone until retirement. Early preparation protects both your wishes and the people you care about. Fifth, build or update an estate plan. A will. Current beneficiary designation. Creating one complete view of every account can reveal duplicated investments, hidden concentration, and gaps in the plan. The habits that built the first million still matter, but protecting it can require additional skills in taxes and planning. 6. Decide whether professional guidance would add meaningful value for your specific tax, estate, or investment question. When choosing a financial professional, review their registration, fee structure, and any disciplinary history, not just their title. 1 year later, his finances were organized, his risks were clearer, and his plan finally matched the wealth he had built. Sam met with an advisor for the first time, not to hand over control, but to finally see the full picture clearly. Problems often begin at this turning point, not because the person lacks money, but because the plan hasn't kept up. Sam kept his apartment a little longer, continued driving the same car, and gave himself time before big decisions. This content is educational, not personalized financial, tax, insurance, or legal advice. Your choices should reflect your own goals and circumstances. Becoming a millionaire is a major accomplishment. $1 million isn't simply a finish line, it's the point where every decision starts carrying greater consequences.